Namaste guys. In this video you are going to learn how to use Catia. So this course is designed for beginners, okay? And if you don't have any idea what is Catia, how to use it and different kind of things, then you are on the right channel. So we will learn everything step by step and you will learn a lot of things. So without wasting any time, let's start. Just in case if you want to learn specific thing, just check out the timestamp so you can skip to that part. So let's start. So first click on start, go to the mechanical design and you will see different kind of things. Okay. You can also see different kind of things here, but I'm only going to cover part design, assembly, sketcher and some other thing as well. Okay. But I will not cover all these things because the main thing that important for a CATIA beginner is part design, assembly and sketches. These things will go for advanced level. So first thing that I'm going to do is let's go to the part design. Basically in part design, I'm going to just basically do sketching so that you can learn how to do sketching. You can also do in Sketcher as well. So here you can see when I click on the part, it is asking what name the part. So I'm making default that is part 1. Click OK. You can also go to the Sketcher. For example, go here and go to the Sketcher. Okay. Uh, there is not much difference between a sketcher and you know a part. So let's see different kind of things. So when you click on here on basically sketcher or part, you will see something a view like this. Okay, so let's try to understand what are the different things and parameters. So here you can see this top bar. So this is called menu bar. Okay, this is called toolbar. Here all you can see your tools. Okay, in here you can see it is called pad, but in SolidWorks it is called extrude or extrusion. Okay, just in case if you want to learn SolidWorks, there is a free course for SolidWorks as well. Check out the link in description. And so now let's see other things. So here this thing is called specification tree. So what is a specification tree? So specification tree contains all the commands that you have applied on your CAD design. Okay, for example, sketching, extrusion, cut, whatever you apply, all will go to the your specification tree. On here toolbar, it contains all your tools. For example, pad that normally cuts tools in other CAD softwares. Okay, here you can see the sketch command. Okay, now so here you can see this thing. This thing is called 3D compass. So you can select any kind of particular view as per your requirement. Okay, so here you can see I can control the orientation with this circle. Uh, I can drag this. Okay, and zoom in with this. So first thing that I'm going to teach you is how to create sketch. Okay, so first select this plane. Okay, uh, let's just exit out. Just you know that if you click on it, you will not automatically go to the sketch. You need to first select a plane and after that you will click on sketch. If you try to do sketching without it, you will not do it. uh, the reason is that, for example, if I say draw, you need something on which you will draw. Okay, so that is the reason it is asked for a plane on which you are going to draw. Okay, so I need to select any plane. So suppose I select this front plane and click on this sketch. As you can see, it automatically orient with this face. Namaste guys, in this video we are going to learn about underdefined, overdefined and fully defined sketch in Catia. So let's try to understand what it means. So I select a plane and click on sketch. After that I draw a line. Let's say I draw this line. Okay, so this line as you can see, it is underdefined. So what do you mean by underdefined? It means that I can change its dimensions, increase its length and breadth as per my requirements. Okay, as you can see, I can increase its length as anytime as per my requirement. So this kind of sketch is called underdefined sketch and it is highly recommended. Don't use it. Okay, so if I click on it and give the length, for example, let's say this length is 90 mm long and click OK. Here you can see this point becomes green as well. So this total is called fully defined sketch. Okay, if I right click on it and delete this, you can see this point become black. But if I click on it and give it a 90 mm, you can see it's become green. So this is called a fully defined sketch. So a question is, what is a overdefined sketch then? Suppose I click on sketch and give it a length of 120. It is possible that a line is 90 mm and 120 mm long. The answer is no. So this is called overdefined sketch. Just you know, if you ever use overdefined sketch, you will always get wrong results, whether it is assembly, sketch or whatever, and you might not able to do work on it. So make sure your sketch is fully defined. Okay, there are some cases where you can use underdefined sketch, but never use overdefined sketch. Okay, so this is a overdefined sketch. As you can see, it has a length of 90 and 120. So to resolve this issue, what you can do, delete either one of them, this dimensions or constraints. So right click on it and click on delete. You can see now this is 120 mm long. Okay, if I press Ctrl Z, so to know whether a sketch is overdefined, you will get pink color. Okay, so pink color represent overdefined sketch. So right click and delete, and fully green color define fully defined sketch. Okay, this is a very basic and important thing, because if you don't know how to do it, I don't know how will you sketch and other thing else. So that's for all. Now let's try to learn about different kind of commands. So here you can see my sketch tools, my filter tools and other things are showing on, and here my different kind of commands for sketching. So let's see one by one. So first thing that you will see here, profile, rectangle, circle, etc, etc. You can also get this command insert here. Okay, so if you want to add anything, you can also will get here. So let's see one by one. So suppose I draw a circle. Okay, so here I draw a circle. Now question is your mind. Okay, I draw a circle and give it a dimension of, for example, let's say 30 mm. Okay, but how I know that it is 30 mm? Suppose somebody say, hey man, I don't want to use 30 mm as a standard unit. I want to use inches. So how can I do that? So to do that, go to the tools, go to the options. In general, go to the parameter measure, then go to the units. You can select the unit as per your requirement. In my case, I am satisfied with millimeter. Okay, so I'm not going to change it. And similar way, you can choose scale or other parameter as per your requirement. So close this. You can also see different kind of properties here. If you want to change or do modification, you can do from here. So here you can see I draw a circle, and if I want to increase or decrease the diameter, simply double click on it. So I can increase or decrease the value. Here you can see I can also define the radius of it. Suppose I click on radius. So you can see, so 35 mm is diameter, so its radius is half times 35, that is 17.5. Okay, and here you notice that r is returned because it is showing that what we have defined is radius, not diameter. So if I select diameter, we will get d. Okay, in CAD design, standard symbol for d is phi. Not I don't see d return. Mostly phi is written in CAD designs. Okay, so click OK. Now, if I go to the insert profile circle, you will see there are many other kinds of circles. Don't worry, when we will do exercises for 2D sketch, you will see how to use all of them. Okay, now let's try another command. For example, this rectangle. So if I draw this rectangle like this, okay, so suppose I just want that this surface touch to this circle surface. So how can I do that? So what you need to do is select this by pressing Ctrl, select this. Now go to the insert, constraints, constraint creation, click on contact constraint. So you can see I got the touch, that is tangent relation. Okay, so in that way you can create custom relation as per your requirement. Okay, so here you can see the sketch tools. Suppose I have this circle, but I don't want this circle to be a solid line. Solid line basically means that a line which doesn't have any gap. Suppose I want this line has a gap, that is construction line. So what I can do is click on here, construction. Here you can see it convert into construction line, and it has a lot of gaps. In CAD design, you will make lot of these things for reference purposes. So if I click on it again, you can see I remove it. There is another thing called snapping. If I click on snap, suppose I draw a line, you can see that wherever I move, I got 0, 30, 40. It is exactly 30, 40, but not in the between. If I switch it off, you can see I get 38, 39 point something. But if I click on snap, I got exactly. So this is what we call snapping. Snapping is very important because there are times when you just want exactly at a pinpoint location. Okay, at that time we use snapping. Suppose I draw a line like this. Okay, you can do a lot of things, and at the last it is called grid. So grid basically just a lines at the background, so just for a reference purposes. Okay, now let's see another commands. For example, if I click on here, you can see different kind of command. For example, this center rectangle set. So what is center rectangle basically is, suppose I select a place, for example here, and if I click on it, you can see I'm getting a rectangle. Let's first switch off the snapping mode. So this is the origin from where I created this rectangle. Okay, so here you can see I created this. So question is, where we use center point rectangle. Center point rectangle is basically used when you have to make a keyhole in the in basically the shaft hole. Okay, so this is where it is used. And one more thing that you notice, that here you can see my commands, constraints and geometry all are here is showing. So you can delete or make as per your requirement. For example, if I select this, uh, select this point, for example, you can make any kind of changes. For example, all my constraint, for example, this tangency is here. So if I right click on it and delete it, you can see I can move it again. So this is how you can create a custom, and you can also see which constraint belong to which one as you hover over them. Okay, so it is quite helpful. Now let's see another things. For example, here you can see uh, something called, okay, let's close this. Here you can see this thing called constraints. So suppose I want to give the dimension of it, so I can give it, but I want to dimension this one as well. So what is the problem here is that I need to select it again and again, and this is a quite pain. So what you can do is double click on it. Now you can give the dimension up till whenever the time you want. Okay, so you don't need to go again and again. So if you just want to switch off this feature, simply click on it and it will get just switched off. And you can also delete the relation as per your requirement. Okay, and here's the command called ellipse. So if you want to draw an ellipse, so asking for the starting point, ending point, and it's you know how much it is, and you can make it custom. So go to the constraints, give it a dimension as per your requirement. Let's say it is 30. Just note that all dimensions are in mm. 20 mm. Okay, now I have made this kind of mess here. Suppose I want to delete something, some sketch part. So how can I do that? So what you need to do is go to the insert, click on operation. You will see something called trim, break, etc, etc. So the most favorite one that I use is quick trim. So click on quick trim and click on it, and you can see I can delete the unnecessary part. So go to click insert operation, uh, double click on it. Okay, so in that way you define this operation. Now suppose other commands, let's say I want to use fillet, or what that operation is. Go to the operation that you can see corner or chamfer. So let's see what is that and try to understand it. Suppose I draw this rectangle and I want that they have here I want that it is a curved edge. So how can I do that? Go to the insert. Before applying operation, I need to select this. So by pressing Ctrl, select the two, go to the insert, operation, and click on corner. Here you can see when I hover the mouse, you can see the curved edge. So simply click here and give the radius as per your requirement. In my case, it is 10 mm, and it's look quite great. Now, suppose I want to give sharp edge. So how can I do that? So again, by pressing Ctrl, select these two edges, go to the insert, operation, click on chamfer. Here you can see it is moving and I get the sharp edges. Now here you notice that I have something called angle and distance. Suppose I don't want the angle, simply click on it and delete. And I also don't want the distance, delete. But I don't want it is up to this one. I want that I want to define custom height. So you can also do that. So click on here, define a custom height as per your requirement, double click on it. Let's say it is 50, and this one from here to here, sorry, from here to here is 30. So here you can see, so I get like this. Okay, so you can also define custom like this. So if you go to the operation, there are many operations. For example, these are talked about, and there is operation called mirror, symmetry, translate. So let's talk about them. So before I do that, let's uh, delete all these sketches. Let's select them, delete. Okay, first we need to exit the this one view, then select them, delete, delete. Okay, delete. So I have just simply select the sketch. Now let's talk about different kind of operations that are available in 2D sketch in Catia. Okay, suppose I draw this circle here and I draw a line as well. Here you see, notice something, that if I move this line up, it is in white color. But if it is perfectly horizontal or perfectly vertical, it is in blue color. It is showing that it is in vertical or horizontal direction. Okay. So what I'm talking about, that operations. Okay. So first thing you have to do is by pressing Control, select this. Okay. By pressing Control, select this. After that, go to the Insert, Operation, Transformation, and you will use mirror. So if I click on this line, okay, you can see this sketch is mirror on this side. So this operation is called mirror, as the name suggests. Okay, now let's try another one. Suppose I draw this a cone rectangle. Okay, uh, select this. So basically what I have done to select all this, simply right click on my mouse and drag it. Okay, and select all this area and go to the insert, operation, transformation, symmetry. Now if I select this line, so this line is nothing, just a reference. So if I click on this line, you can see the whole sketch just moved to here. So this is my operation called symmetry. Okay, now next operation is called translate. So translate is very important operation. It is also called array in some of the softwares. Okay, so if I click on so to apply translate, first select the sketch on which you want to apply the translate. Suppose I want to apply on this, so select this circle, go to the insert, operation, transformation, and click on translate. Here, first thing that is asked, what is the number of instances? Just you know that it will create 3 instances, it means total 4, because this one is also there. So 1 plus 3, that is total 4 instances. Okay. Now, if I move my mouse, you can see it is asking for a point. So suppose I select this point. Okay. Now, if I right click on it, you can see different kind of circles are showing here. So I can move it up and down anywhere as per my requirement. Again, it's up to me. And you can increase or decrease the value as per your requirement from here. Okay, and click on snap mode. So you can in that way select what is the distance you want to apply this snap mode. Okay, so in that way you got this. So if I want to zoom out, simply click on this minus icon. You can see I got 3 instances, total 4, because this is the original one. Okay, so this is called uh, translate. Now let's see one another. Suppose I draw a simple line here, go to the insert. Here you can see it is already orange color, it means it is already selected. So go to the insert, operation, transformation. Here you will see operation called rotate. So click on rotate. So it is asking what is the number of instances, like here. Now it is asking for me a point. Okay, suppose I select this point. Now it is asking what is the degree. So basically at what angle each line is keep away from each other. So let's say it is 12. After that click OK. So you can see all these lines are 12-degree distance from each other. Let's measure it to make it show. So click on constraint, select this line and select this line. Sorry. So you can see it is 12-degree. So you can see it is 12-degree. Here are the different tools to basically move around the screen. So this one is called pan. This one is basically rotate. So this one is basically we use when we will do 3D design. Okay. Currently we are in 2D, so it is not useful for us. This one is for normal plane to the view. So if I click on it, you can see it automatically align normal to the face. Okay, it is very useful. Now let's talk about another command. So go to the insert, operation, transformation. There is command called scale. So what do you understand by scale? Just pause for a second and think about it. Okay, now let me talk. Suppose I create a circle of diameter 10 mm, or let's say 1000 mm. Click OK. Okay, now this dimension is okay. Now one of my clients say, hey, I don't find my dimensions in basically suppose I create a hole or a design of all in but my client says it was all in inches. So for example, if I draw a line of 1 but my client actually want it is 1 inch, so one thing that I need to do is either create the whole sketch or just change the unit. But if I change 1 because 1 is not equal to 1 inch, so what I can do in that kind of scenario, I can use scaling. So what I can do is just simply select this, go to the insert, operation, transformation and scale. So it is asked me, so it basically asked me what is the value of scale you want. Suppose I want in mm. So the scale value to convert 1000 mm into 1 meter, I need to divide by 1000. So type 1000, click OK. So it will convert into 1 mm. Just do not convert into a point, so you will not able to see. So in that way you can convert it. I think it is not applied properly. So select the circle, transformation, scale, select a point. Let's say this. Let's say I want it to zero point 0.3. You can see now this becomes smaller. So in that way you can use any other as per your requirement. So scale is very important. For example, if you do any kind of mistake with sketching, so you can just convert it as per your requirement. And there another operation, for example offset. Now let's see what is offset. Suppose I select the circle, or select this one. Now go to the insert, operation, transformation, and click on offset. So here you can see a circle that is bigger and smaller. So it is offset to the circle. It is very handy command when we will do our sketching part, when we do exercises on 2D sketching. Okay, suppose click here. So you can see if I zoom in, it is 77 sorry, not this one. Yeah, this one. So double click on this. Let's say it is 50 mm. I want it is 50 mm from this. So in that way you can define offset as well. So it is quite handy command. Okay, so let's zoom out or fit to the screen. Select this circle and delete. So this what will this do? It will fit all my drawings to my screen. Okay, just you know that all my sketches are shown here. Sketches and what kind of different kind of relations defining by them all are here. That is basically called constraints. Okay, so enough of all these things. Now let's try to do some exercise for 2D sketches. Okay, so let's begin. So guys, we have talked enough about 2D sketching. So let's start doing some exercise. Okay, so select this plane, click on sketch. Okay, so here we can see all our commands. So first we are going to do this simple exercise. After that I will increase the complexity. So let's start making this. So here you can see most of them is basically just nothing, just a line command. Okay, or you can use also rectangle command to make it fast. So let's see how to make it. So I will use a command called rectangle. So click on rectangle. So draw like this. So this is 240 mm. So click on constraint 2 times. So click here, double click 240, and here you can see the it is out of my view. So click on here so that it can totally visible. Okay, now the next thing is 100 mm, not 100 mm, it is 88 plus 64. So what you can do, click on it, double click on it, 88 plus 64, click OK. Okay, so just you know that most of the time I saw that people do on calculator 88 plus 64. Just you know that it's smart dimension can automatically handle this kind of work, so use that. After that, here you can see we have some chamfer things, sharp edges. So let's add it. So to do that, by pressing control, sorry, uh, so to do that, by pressing control, just to know that some people wondering what happened actually. So I was actually in sketch mode, that's the reason I show this error. So if you want to exit this mode, simply press escape. Okay, now by pressing control, select these two, go to the insert and go to the operation, click on chamfer. So if I click on it, click yes, and here you can see, but I don't want 94.28 and 45 degree. I want it 64 by 64. So what I can do is select this, delete, select this, delete, and double click on here. So select this point, line, and this line, and double click on it, 64, and select this point and this point. Sorry, press escape, click on here, select this line and this point, double click on it, 64. So here I created this line. Now I also want to make this. So what I can do is simply draw a line like this, and after that what I can do, go to dimensions, select this point and this point, double click, 88 mm. Just you know that notice that this point is not coinciding with it. What you can do is select this point by pressing Ctrl, select this point, go to the insert, constraint creation, click on contact constraint so that it join with this line. Now go to here, click on constraint, select this and this point, and type the value of 100. Okay, but now we don't want this line, so what we can do is go to insert, operation, and click on quick trim. Go to insert, operation, and quick trim. Now I also want these two circles, so let's see how to make it. So simply click on here, circle, simply draw two circles. Okay, after that we will just give the dimension as per our requirement. So now double click on this constraint. So this one is 64 mm, so double click on it, 64. So it is centered to mm from here, from the bottom. So select this and this, double click, 72, and the distance from here to here is 96. Okay, press escape, uh, first select this one, 72, and 40, 42. Okay, and is anything left? Yeah, select this point and this point, not like this. Leave this constraint. Animate. So not. So that's how we have created our first part. Okay, so now let's see the second exercise. So should I create this one, or this book is basically down from the internet, so nothing like nothing else. So let's do some complex one because this one is quite easy and anybody can do it. uh, okay, this one is quite good exercise. Okay, you will learn various kind of commands here. So let's try this one. So go to the file, mechanical, part design. Okay, I don't want this sketch. So select the part, delete, uh, Okay, close this. Let's start with mechanical part. Okay, so select this, click on sketch, and I'm going to make this one. So here you can see different kind of construction lines. So I'm going to make construction lines and different kind of things as well. So let's see how to approach this problem. So first we will make this center line. So click on line. So if I click on here, you will see there's also a infinite line. So select this one. So because I don't know how much big need to make, and select this line and just leave it for now. Go to the view toolbars, and where's my sketch tools. Okay, select this and convert into construction geometry. Okay, so this is what I want. Now after that, I also want a construction line in the vertical direction as well. So click on again here, and okay, okay, select this line and go to the dimensions. Select this line and delete it because I don't want it horizontal, I want it vertical. So what I can do, let's see, scale, delete. So click on vertical here. Okay, so I got the vertical line. So now let's draw the circle. So click on circle. But this is not a construction one, so uncheck this thing. So the diameter is 1.125 and 1.75. Remember in sketch design I told you that the standard way to define diameter is phi, not d. So for example, if I define the diameter here, you can see d is written, so d is not the standard way. So double click on it, type 1.125 and click fit to the screen as it is quite small, and click on pan view, zoom in more, move the dimension closer, and zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Now I have to create another one that is 1.75. So click on here. Sorry for the dog noise, can't do anything for that. And it is uh, it is 1.750. 1.75. After that, so we have created the two diameters. So now let's make more. So let's make this thing. So go here, select this one. Okay, so here you can see 0.823. So it's basically the radius of it. So in my case is 0.4375. Double click on it, click 0.4375, 4375. So it is 0.4375 and it is 1 mm. So 1 mm, and distance from it is basically total distance. So what is the distance from here to here? So there is no distance mentioned. So when we will make the design, we will get it. Now again click on here, draw this again. Oh, sorry, we have made it inclined one. Press escape. The next one is 0.75. So double click on it and type 0.75. Okay, and it's also 1 mm, so we don't need to worry about that. Now here we have a bigger radius of 1.375. So click on it Notice something that it is radius, not diameter. So we have to careful about it. So double click on it and click on radius and type 1.375. One more thing that you notice that it is not at the center of it. So move it at the center of it. So how can we do that? Select this point, and by select this point, go to the insert constraint creation, click on contact constraint. So it is now at the center of it. Now we need to create these two circles, so let's make it. uh, so this circle is 0.750. Just you know it is diameter, it is 5, so diameter 0.750. Create again. 1.625, and we need to make this thing as well. So before I make this, let's make some construction lines. One more. So this line is 40 degree, and the radius is 2.312. So give the radius 2.312, and you can see the total is 5.804. So select this point and select this point, 5.804. Don't worry, this bigger circle is going to be deleted, so don't worry about it. Now I have to create this thing, so go here, select this one, select this as the center point, select this, double click here and type 0.438, go here, select this, and no, we don't need to define because it automatically defined. By just press escape. We need to create one more, and don't worry if we make it too big, we will handle it. So this one is 0.875, 0.875. Okay, so we got this one, and let's smart dimension this thing. So this is 1.875, and this is 0.750, 0.750. Okay, so now we have made something like this. Now we are going to use something command, some operations. So let's begin the hard work part. Go to the insert, operation corner. So you can see in operation there is something called trim and delete. So whether you want to delete something or not, it also depends. So you will see where I'm going to use delete and somewhere where I'm not going to delete. Okay, so here you will see no trim, standard trim. So first one that I'm going to use is basically trim all elements. Okay, so select this one and this one. Okay, click on it and type the diameter sorry, radius 0.625. As you can see in trim, it will delete the section of it. Okay, now again, now select these two by pressing Ctrl, go to the insert, operation, corner, click on it. It is also 0.625. Sorry, not this one. 0.625. Okay, and we will delete this thing because it is no use for us, and draw a line like this as I'm showing. Okay, select this and this, go to insert, operation, corner. In this case I don't want any kind of trim, so make sure that you select no trim. So type 1.750. Okay, now let's delete the unnecessary things. So go to the insert, operation, and quick trim. Insert. Let's zoom in a bit. Here you can see these two lines are not correctly attached. So what you can do is select this line by pressing Ctrl, select this line, go to the insert, constraint creation, click on contact constraint. Okay, Control Z. Uh, okay, it is not there. So just trim this line. Basically, it's just a line here. So go to insert, quick trim. Okay, you can see it's perfectly now great. Now we will delete some other things. So go to insert, delete this, and this is the last one. And select this, delete. And if I make it big and click on here, so this is how our sketch look like at the end, and this is the original. So just you can see these dimensions like this here. Click on this view and it will fill the screen, but again it's up to you. So this is our second exercise. Now let's move on to the next exercise. So now let's do some more exercises so that we can get better clarity. Okay, so let's click on circle and draw a circle. So here the circle diameter is 100 mm. Currently the drawing is I'm holding on my hands. Okay, so this is where I'm designing. So this is 100 mm. So now let's select this circle, make it construction, and the diameter of this one is 70. Double click, 70. Sorry, my bad. 70 mm. Now I need to draw lines. Close. Double click on it. So this is 30°. Same goes for here as well. 30°. And let's create a circle. Here you can see it automatically snapping here because of snap mode. So draw a circle. select this line, go to the view toolbar, and where are the sketch tools? Click on sketch tools, select this and click on it so that we can visible it. You can turn on and off the snapping as per your requirement. Okay, so select this and give the dimension, so it is about 10. Now I want these circles to be around this, so we will use go to insert operation. Before applying that operation, select this circle, go to insert operation, transformation, rotate. Now I need to select the point about which I want to rotate, so select this point. So how much I want to create? So there are totally 6, so minus 1, so 5. A question is I want to create 6, so why 5? Because original one will remain there. Okay, so I'm just going to add the number of extra circle. So total circles are 6. So how many extra I need to add? 5. And what is the angle basically at which they are inclined to each other, or distance? So it is 60° in my case. Click OK. So here I got the results. Now go here, select this and draw the circle like this. Uh, this one is 20 mm, and double click on it, and this radius is 100 mm. We don't care about this one, so don't worry about it. I need to create it one more time. So this is the point of origin, and I need to create this, and let's make it bigger. Don't worry about it, how much big we make. So simply select this one and make it 10 mm. Okay, so it will become smaller. Now we are going to just use simple out trim command. So what we are going to do is, by pressing Ctrl and select this circle, go to the tools, insert operation corner. So here you can see different kind of commands. So we will going to use uh, trim, no trim. Okay, no trim, and draw this, and it is 10. So right click 10. Now I also need to create here. So I'm a lazy guy, so I'm not going to create here. I will simply select this and going to use mirror command. So go to insert operation and transformation, click on mirror, mirror about this line, and here we got. So this is our how our drawing look like. Okay, and okay, I need to trim this, so double click on it and trim this line. You can simply Google on internet and you will find this drawing. Okay, so don't worry about it. So this is how we made. So press Ctrl Z, escape. So now let's do the other exercise. So don't save it. Go to file, mechanical part. Okay, so select a plane, select this, click on sketch. So in this part you will learn about mirror and different kind of things. Now we have learned about enough sketching exercise. Now let's try to do a simple animation in 2D. Okay, so let's start. So first double click on this line and draw the line as I'm showing. And let's create a center rectangle like this. Now we need to define dimensions first, else we will not able to do it. So let's make it 10 mm. Double click on it, 50 mm, 100 mm, and we need a center line as well. So select this line, make it construction, and select this line and give it an angle. Okay, now question is how do I can do animation? I just simply made the sketch. So to do the animation, we will go to the this animate constraint. So click on animate constraint, select your dimension. So enter the first value 0, enter the last value 360 degree, enter the number of steps to 200 and click on play. You can see we have created a simple 2D sketch animation in Catia. Okay, and if you want to play it forever, you can just simply click on the loop option. So it is quite handy handy thing because for example you want to create some mechanism, so in that way you can create the mechanism as per your requirement, and it's very good thing. So you can make a lot of things as well. So higher the number of steps, better will you will get the animation results. Okay, and I just animate the angle things and nothing else. So that's for all. So I hope you learned something from this video. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Namaste. Namaste guys. So till now we have learned about 2D sketch and done some exercises about 2D sketch. So now let's move and learn about 3D tools. Okay. After learning about various kind of 3D tools in Catia, then we will do our exercises regarding 3D part designing exercise. Okay. So let's start with the 3D tools. So here's the first command is pad. So to use pad, we need first create a sketch. Okay. So select this plane, click on sketch. Let's say I create a circle here and a rectangle here as well. Okay. Now exit this sketch mode and click on extrude. Here you can see that they are extruding. So you can extrude as per your requirement. For example, I want to extrude 50 mm. So click on preview, so they go up to this length. Okay, but now somebody say, hey man, I don't want that they are fully closed. I want that they are hollow. So how to create hollow one? So to create hollow, all you need to do is click on thick and give the thickness. For example, let's say 5 mm. Click on preview. Okay, so you can see there is a thickness of 5 mm. Just to know that this thickness 5 mm is doing inside the sketch. For example, if this is the outside circle of our, if this is the sketch of our, then the thickness will go inside. Okay, so for example, if I enter the value of 20 mm, okay, let's say 3 mm, and click on preview, so you can see, so the thickness will go outside the sketch 3 mm. So in that way you can control the thickness as per your requirement. Okay, here you will see up to next, up to last, up to planes. So we will now cover this. So first click on OK. So up to that point we have created this thing. Now let's see more interesting thing. Suppose I select this face and click on sketch. Now I draw a circle here. Now what I want, that I just want to extrude that it will just touch the surface of this. Okay, not go past through, just touch the surface, external surface of it. So how can I extrude it? So to do that, what we can do, first exit the sketch mode, select the sketch, click on pad, and I want to extrude up to the surface. Okay, now it is saying that no surface is select. So first we need to select a surface. So select this surface. Here you can see it's select the surface. Click on preview. So this is how it look like. Click OK. So here you can see I created this part, and this is very important command if you ask me, because there are many times when you have to extrude and you want to extrude on curved surface. Okay. Similarly, you can use, for example, if I click on extrude, you can see up to the last, up to the plane. Plane is nothing just for plane surfaces. Surface is used when you have a curved surface. Okay, so this is the difference between a plane and surface. Surface is for curved surface and plane is for plane surface. Okay, and up to the next, they are nearly same, not much difference. For example, let me show you. uh, First right click on it and delete this one, and okay, I need to create the sketch again. Press Ctrl Z and Ctrl Z. Okay, I have the sketch. So select the sketch, click on pad. Now instead of dimension, click on up to last. So up to last will go up to the last point of this body. If you click on the preview, you can see. Now if I click on up to next, so now you need to understand the difference. Okay, so if you go to the up to the next, it will just go up to the this surface, but if I click on up to last, it will go throughout. Okay, this is the difference between up to the last and up to the next. Okay, up to the last is used when you have suppose 5 or 6 parts, then it will go throughout all the parts. Okay, this is what up to last will use. Okay, up to next, suppose you have any curved body or something, so it will go up to that body, and up to surface I have already told you. Okay, reverse direction, let's see what it does mean. First click on cancel. Suppose here the sketch, click on here, and I click on reverse direction. So you can see the extrusion is just move back to reverse direction. So this is what reverse direction do. If I click on preview, you can see. So this is what reverse direction do in extrusion. Now we have talked about enough about pad, or that is also called extrusion command. Okay. Now select this face, click on sketch. Now let's make something else. Suppose I want to create a shaft. Exit this. So we will now cover the shaft command. So click on the shaft. So it is asking what is the angle you want to shaft. Shaft basically means revolve command if you have ever used SolidWorks. Okay, it is basically mean revolve. Okay, so it is asking for the profile and it is asking for the reference axis. So select this line as a reference axis. So I just want to rotate about this axis. Click on preview to visualize it. Here you can see this is how it look like. Suppose you have to make a round surface. Okay, at that case scenario you will use this kind of thing. Okay, now somebody say, hey man, this kind of thing can also be made by using pad command. So why do we use shaft? Suppose you have to create shaft, you can use that, and I will give you a very good example. Let's say suppose I select XZ plane, XY plane, sorry, and click on sketch. Suppose I created some shape like something like this. Just this is just for references. Okay, escape, and let's draw the line as I'm showing. Now exit the sketch mode. Now what we are going to do is first click on this so that it fully view. Now click on this shaft, select the reference axis. So select this. Here you can see if I click on preview, so you can make these kind of complex surface shapes, okay, with using shaft command. Now click OK. Now suppose I want to create a cut inside. So how can I do that? Again, select the XY plane, click on sketch. Now to create that, what I can do, click on spline. It is not necessary that I will make a normal shape like this. Escape and draw the line. Now exit the sketch mode. What I want that cut this thing. So what I can use, click on groove. It is asking for the reference axis. So select this, click on preview, click OK. Now it is inside the surface, so I can't able to see it. So what we can do to see that the cut. So what we can do, go here and click on change the views. For example, this one. So you can see in wireframe mode, you can see this is cut. There are different kind of modes. This is a solid view, that basically convention. And in that way you can select many other views as per your requirement. Okay, now let's see another command. For example, this one is pocket. So pocket is the reverse of extrusion. In extrusion you basically get the thickness or you say depth. In pocket you basically cut out the part. For example, if I select this face, click on sketch, click on the click to fit the screen. Now let's draw a circle here. Now exit the sketch, click on pocket, let's say 70, click on preview. So you can see it cut throughout it. Okay, and whatever the feature that you have learned, for example up to surface, plane, you can also use in pocket as well. Okay, so you can use those feature here as well. So click OK to cut it. Now the next command is groove. We will talk about groove later onwards. Okay, now the next command we will talk about is rib. So to use rib, first let's delete all these things because it looks quite ugly here. Right click, delete. Okay, delete. So select this face and click on sketch. So draw a circle first. So let's say its diameter is 20 mm. Okay, now exit the sketch mode. So I created the plane in XY. So I have to create another sketch perpendicular to this plane. So select this YZ and click on sketch. Now let's zoom out. Now let's draw the line. Now let's make this little bit curve here. Okay, and close this and exit the sketch mode. Now I want to follow this profile to this shape. So how can I do that? To do it, we can use rip command. Just to know that this one is profile. So click on it and exit the sketch mode. Uh, let's see. So what we can do? Uh, Go to the rip command. So it. So let's see how to approach this. So first I will select this my profile, then the path. So click on the rib. Now it is asking for the profile. For profile, select this. Now it is asking for the center curve. Now select this. Now click on preview to see it. Okay. Here you can see we have created the our rib. Okay. Now it is not hollow. So how to create hollow? So to create hollow, you can choose thick profile. Click on preview. So you can see it has a thickness of 1 mm. You can increase or decrease the thickness from here. As I've already tell you how to use thickness in extrusion in pad command. Okay, so in similar way you can use here as well. But for now, let's just uncheck the thick profile. Click OK. Now suppose I want to create some hollowness here. So how can I do that? So we can use slot. So slot is opposite of rip. So rip basically create, but slot basically remove. So let's see how to approach this. So select this face, click on sketch, draw the circle. Or let's say rectangle shape. Center point rectangle. exit it, select this, click on sketch and exit it. Now click on slot. Uh, Here you can see it automatically picks the sketch 10, but I don't want it. So first click on this workspace. Now we will select thoroughly how we want our path. So click on slot. So select the first sketch. So I select this one. After that select the path. So I will select this sketch. Click on preview. So if I see, you can see it cut around. Click OK. So here you can see the slot is basically opposite to the uh, rip command. So you can see how does it look like from inside. This is just internal cavities is showing. Okay. Now let's talk about another important commands, that is fillet or chamfer. Okay. So to use that we need some 3D geometry. So select a plane and we will first create a 3D geometry. Let's say its diameter is 50 mm and exit the sketch mode. Click on pad. Let's make it 150. Okay, it's too big. Double click on pad to edit it and type the value of 50. So this is fine. Now suppose I want to create a fillet. Okay, fillet means smooth edges. Let me show you what I mean. Click on fillet, select the edge you want to fillet, click on preview. So if I zoom in, you can see okay, preview. Okay, if I click on OK, you can see it's quite smooth. So this is what we call edge fillet. If I double click on it, you can add custom intersection of whatever you want as per your requirement, and you can change as per your requirement. Let's say we want to get 10 mm, click on preview, click OK. So this is what we call fillet. And then we have a chamfer command. So click on chamfer, select the edge. Instead of creating smooth, it will create sharp edges. So let's say I have to create a sharp edge of 3 mm. Click on preview. So if I click OK, you can see it created sharp edge. Now double click on it. So here you can see it's 3 mm from and 45 degree. But I don't want 45 degree. I want some custom. So what I can use, length. So instead of 3, let's say I create 5. Click on preview. So you can see 3 mm is here, 5 mm is upwards. So click OK. So in that way, you can create chamfer as well. Now, another command that we will talk is shell command. Suppose I want to make this part hollow. So how can I make it? I know that this command like pocket and this slot, but you can also make it with shell because it is much easier. So it is first asking for the thickness. Let's say it is 2 mm. Okay. Now it is asking which face you want to remove. So I want to remove this face, and it is asking other face on which you want to apply the thickness. So click on it and select the face and select this face as well. Now click OK. So if I now look, you can see I have created a shell of thickness 2 mm. Okay. So it is quite easier for me making making it hollow in this way. It is quite useful for making, different kind of things. For example, you have a solid body and you want to just give some thickness. So this is the best way. And if you have a very complex surface body, then shell is the best way to achieve that, to achieve the hollowness. Okay, so that's for all. Suppose we have created this body. Now I want to make it more number of them. So how can I make it? So there's something called arrays. Okay, so let's see how to use it. So go to insert, go to the transform features. So you can see rectangular pattern. Arrays can also be called rectangular pattern or circular pattern. So let's see one by one all these feature mirror as well. So first we will talk about rectangular pattern. So click on rectangular pattern. It is asking how much you want to create. So in my case it is 2. And what is the distance? Let's say it is uh, to 150 mm. Okay, it is asking for the reference plane from which it is 150 mm. Okay, so click on selection, select a plane as per your requirement. In my case I am selecting this plane. If I click to fit the screen, you can see it is showing here. Click on preview, you can see it is 150 mm here. You can change the plane as well. For example, if I click on it, click on create center line, and you need to create a center line. We will talk about this when we will do exercise, okay, not here. So right click on it and let's select some other plane. Let's say instead of xy zx, let's select xy plane. Click on preview. So in that way you can use any other plane and create number of instances. For example, I create 4. Click on preview. So in that way you can create more and more as per your requirement. Okay, so this command is called rectangular pattern command. Don't worry, when we'll do exercises you will learn each and everything more detail. I know this is a boring lecture, but you need to understand how does it works. When we will do exercises, you will get clear all your doubts. Okay, so click OK. Now suppose I want to make it circular. Okay, so how can I do that? So select this one, go to the insert, transformation, circular pattern. So first thing, it is asked for reference element. So right click on it and select the z-axis as a reference. Okay, so how much instances you want? Let's say increase. Okay, if I click on preview, section, click OK. Ignore that. So in that way you can make a high number of instances. Normal skin to the view. So here you can see, in that way you can create circular pattern or as well. Now what is mirror then? So mirror is basically just the mirror command that I have shown in a 2D sketch, but it's just in 3D. Let me show you how to use it. First let's go to the mechanical design, part 3. uh, let's select this plane, click on sketch, uh, exit, pad 20 mm. Okay, now I want to mirror about this plane, so let's see how to do it. So click on insert, transformation, mirror. So mirror element, this is the mirror element, and I want to mirror about this one. Okay, so click OK and you get the mirror. So this is how the mirror command works. Now from now onwards we will do exercises for 3D sketch designing. Okay, so and it will clear all your doubts how to use different kind of commands and how to make different kind of parts. Okay, so we will do a lot of exercises to get clarity on it. Okay, so that's for all. As we have learned enough about various tools in Catia, so now let's do some exercises. Okay, so I have downloaded this book from internet. Okay, so you can also download it. Okay, so let's start. So first we are going to make this one. Okay, so first select this plane, click on this sketch, and we will make first this bottom. Okay, so what we are going to do is uh, we will select the center rectangle and draw the shape, and it is near about 130 by 40. So double click on it, 130, 40, and we also have a circle here, so we will make one, and there's a smaller circle as well. So instead of creating a smaller circle we can use a command called slot. So draw this shape like this, and this thing is 10. So double click on it and type 10, and the total length is 40. 40. And let's trim the necessary part. Trim this one, and this one. Okay, and just for all, and extrusion of pad of 10. It is 10. Now we will create this face. Okay, so what we are going to do is select this face, click on sketch. Let's click on here to fix on the screen and zoom out a bit. So we are going to make this. So first draw the rectangle. So it is 40, uh, 40 by 50, 40, 50, and this inner diameter is 30. Double click on it. And exit, and give it a pad of its thickness is 10 mm. Click, oh sorry, double click on it. Click on reverse direction because it is inside. Click OK. After that, now here's the thing. Instead of making this thing again on here, we can use mirror command. Okay, so what we are going to do is select this pad and go to the insert sketch based feature, and we will look for the mirror thing. Multipad, let's see what it's called here. It's a pattern, so it's basically a transformation feature. So and here is called mirror, and click OK. So here we got, so here we have made our design. Okay, so here we have made our first part. Now let's practice more exercise. Let's try to make this one. So called file, mechanical part design, part 2. Okay, so we are going to make this one. So let's see how to approach this problem. So first we are going to make this upper part, then we are going to create this cavity thing. So select this plane, click on sketch, double click on circle, and inner circle. So the outer radius is 75, so it is 75 as a radius, so I need diameter. So what I can do is 75 into 2, it's 150, and inner one is 100. I will make the capital letter onwards. Okay, now zoom out a bit and let's make this thing. And this one is 40, 50, so double click on it. 40 means 80 because it's radius, so diameter is 80, and this one is 50. Okay, and we need to make a cavity here. Twenty mm, and this is 10 mm. Double click on trim. First trim the inner circle things. After that this one, click OK. Okay, all right, and now we have to make this. This is called fillet. And before I apply this, press escape. Let's create the distance of 150 mm. 150. Okay, and let's make this. Let's see what's this radius. Its radius is not returned. They simply just made it. I don't see where its dimension is given. So I just simply made it. Oh, sorry. Select this and mirror about this line, and also mirror this thing about this line. Click on trim this, and we need to let's create a center line. Double click on trim, and what we are going to do is we just copy and paste it and make it mirror. Okay, so I'm going to select all this thing. First uncheck this trim, select all this by pressing Ctrl. After that, click on mirror, select the center line and make it fit. Now go to exit sketch and click on pad and extrude up to 20 mm. Click OK. Now we will make this thing 125.61. So select this face, click on sketch, this one is 135.6, exit, and it is around 10. So we have made one more part. Okay, now that we have learned enough about how to design parts, now let's learn how to do assembly. So first we are going to learn about various tools in assembly mode in Catia. After that we will do some exercises. Okay, so let's start. Go to start mechanical and click on assembly design. So this is how it look like. Now, first thing you have to do is you have to import some parts, because without parts, how are you going to do assembly? So a question arises how you can import part. Okay, so go to the insert, click on existing component, because we want to import existing component that is already available. Okay, so let's select this one, and by pressing Ctrl this one, click open. Now here you can see I have imported the two parts. You can see the part 1 and part 2, and these two are basically joining with each other. Now suppose I want to move this part. If I right click on this, I can't able to move it. So how can I move it? You can see a option here. Okay, if I make it big, or click on this icon manipulation. Okay, so if I click on Y and select my part, you can see I can move it along Y axis. Okay, similarly if I want to move along X axis, I can move it here. Okay, you can also go to the view toolbars and check out the tools as per your requirement. Okay, and you can check and add them in your view, in your side toolbars. Okay, as you can see there are plenty of it, so you can add as per your requirement. Constraints, assembly features, annotations, just name it and you will find and add it as per your requirement. Okay, now suppose I want to also move it. Let's say I want to rotate it instead of moving, I want to rotate it. So I select this part and click on Z axis. So it will rotate along Z axis. But here you can see I'm rotating it. Okay. Now let's see how to use constraint in assembly. Suppose I want that this part is exactly at the center of this part. So how can I do that? So to do it by pressing control, you can do, there are many ways to do it. So let's see. So go to the tools, insert, click on coincidence. Now it is saying this version works with active components. As you can see, I didn't select any component, so it is not working. So what you can do, by pressing control, select this one, and by pressing control, select this one. Okay, here you can see a circle is appear. It means that they are coincident. Okay, because I have already selected the coincident made. But again, I don't see it is inside it. So what I need to do is, you see this icon called update. So click on this update icon. After updating, you can see it is in the inside and is totally coinciding with each other. Okay, so we have learned about coincide. Next thing we are going to learn about, let's say, which one we learn? Let's say offset. Again, it is asking you need to select two components to use this. So click close. So select this face and click on here, rotate it and select this face. Okay, so you can provide offset as per your requirement. For example, let's say 20, click OK and click on update to see its effect. Okay, so offset basically what it does, it provides the distance from this surface to this surface. For example, how much distance you want. So this is what it called offset. Okay, it is quite useful when you do assemblies. Okay, now there are many other commands left. For example, contact is basically used when you want to combine two surfaces. Angle is basically used when you give inclination angle. Let's insert some more parts for better understanding. So go to the insert, click on existing components. Let's say this one, click open. Uh, it is saying that this part is also named part 2, so there might be some problems. So either rename it or rename it. So click on rename. Let's say it is FGF. Okay, and click OK. You can see we have three parts. Suppose I want to incline this part to this part at some angle. So how can I do that? So to do it, I need to select two surfaces. So by pressing Control, select this plane. Okay, or you can also select the face of it. For example, if I select this face, and I will select this by pressing Control. Now go to the insert, click on angle, click close. Now define the angle as per requirement. Let's say 30 degree. Click OK and click on update. So you can see it is 30 degree. Let's change it to minus 30 degree. Click update. So you can see it is rotating as per the requirement. Okay, so you can use inclination as well. Now there are many other just let fixed together. So if you want to combine two parts and want show that they are always fixed together, then we'll use fixed together. Okay, Fix is, it is used when when you want to make sure that your certain part is totally fixed. It is not going to move with respect to any other part. For example, suppose I have a machine, so its base is always remain fixed. Okay, so at that point you will use fix, because fix is used where you want to make sure that your part is totally fixed to the surface or something. Okay, it is not going to move. For that component you will use fix. And there are many other commands left, but we will discuss when we will do exercises. For now, that's all. If you face any kind of doubt and query, feel free to ask question in comments. Namaste guys, in this video we are going to learn how to make this part in Catia. Okay, so let's start. So click on start mechanical part design. Okay, so first select the part, select a plane on which you want to draw the sketch. Click on the sketch. Okay, now we have to draw first this component. Okay, so let's see how to achieve this. So double click on the line command. Okay, draw the line as I'm showing. It doesn't need to be correct. We will use constraint auto inverse to make it correct. Okay, so just make it roughly this roughly look like the part design. Okay, just a roughly this section of it. Now double click on constraints. Now we have to give it a dimension of 40 mm first. 40 mm, then let's give some other 20 mm, and uh, 45. So instead of typing 45, we can use calculator within the constraint. So go here, type 45 divided by 2. Okay, this is smart way. This is 20 mm. This one is also 20 mm. This is 60. This is 55 or 50. 50 divided by 2. 20. Sorry for the unwanted noise, can't do anything else. Right click and delete. And 60 mm. 68 divided by 2. Okay, is there anything left? Let's see. So let's make it to here is 0. And this one is 45. 45 divided by 2. 45 divided by 2. And after that, exit the sketch and click on this and click on this shaft. It is asking for a axis on which you want to rotate, so select this. Okay, why it is not selecting that? Cancel it. Select this sketch. Oh, sorry. Click on circular. Wait a minute. It's asking for sketch, so select the sketch. After profile, select this and click OK. Now what we are going to do is select this Click on sketch. Let's make it to the whole screen. Draw the sketch as I'm showing. So this one is 10 mm at a distance of 90. It means 45 center distance. Okay, and exit and pocket 120. uh, let's get to the screen. Let's check that is thoroughly passed out. Yeah, it is. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use something called pattern or rotate. So we have to create this as 6. So what we're going to go to insert, uh, to insert, wait a minute, let's see where they are. Constraint and rotation, special features, circular pattern. So it is asked for the number of instances. It is 6. Okay, and what which object you want to pattern? Pocket, because that is what we have done currently, and I want. Okay, and reference element this, because at this is the reference element, and click OK. So if I view this, you can see the angle is not correct between them. So what we can do, go to the part body and double click on circular pattern. So how much angle between them? So 360 divided by 6. So this is the correct way. Okay, so here we have made it. A question is that I can make all these holes when I have used the sketch to make a single hole. So why I don't use at that time? The reason is that when we will do assembly, I need this to make all these part as my components. Okay, so having a circular pattern will help me to do in assembly components easily, as I will face issues. Okay, so now save this part, save it whatever you want. Okay, click yes. Go to the start mechanical part. uh, Give it a name. Just that you don't never give the name as I'm showing. It is just I am lazy, but name correctly as per your files. Okay, 10 and exit. Click on here. Click on thickness is 1 mm, as you can read from here, and it is 120 mm. Click on preview. Click OK, and go to the now go to the start mechanical design, assembly design. So go to the window, uh, right click on this part, click copy, go to the window and go to the product 2, right click on product 2, click on paste. Similarly, go to the window, right click on this part, copy, go to the window, right click on here and click on paste. In previous video I have already told you how to use other method. For example, go to the file, go to the insert and click on existing component. You can also use this if somebody from client or friend give you a file. Okay, so I'm just showing you different ways to achieve this. So first select this and by pressing Ctrl select this. Now go to the insert and click on coincidence. You can see this thing pop ups. Okay, if you double the screen, if you full screen size, you will see option called update. Update option will also be also here also. You can see in edit there is also update option. Okay, or you can use the shortcut Control plus U. You can see it's here now. So here the distance is 10 mm from top to bottom. So we are going to use that. Uh, so let's zoom in. So first select the surface, select this, and by pressing Ctrl select this, go to the insert and click on offset. Click OK. Enter the value of -10. click OK, go to the edit, update. So you can see that we have inserted our part. And now what we can do, we can use pattern and make it more. So what we can do is go to the insert, click on the use pattern, select the component we want to be pattern, and go to the upwards, part body, circular pattern, click OK, apply, OK. So you can see by using this pattern I made many of them. Okay, so in that way we have done this exercise. So I hope you learned something from this video. If you have any kind of doubts and queries, feel free to ask. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Namaste. Namaste guys. In this video, we are going to learn how to make this part and assembly of it. Okay, so as you can see, we can learn quite a lot of things here. So let's start. So first click on start mechanical and click on part design. Okay, so first thing we are going to create is this circle. So select this face, click on sketch and draw the this okay circle. So draw a circle of 60 mm. So 60 mm. Okay, if you look closely you can see its inner diameter is 50 mm. So what we can use it, exit it, pad, go to the thickness. So we will enter 5. 60 minus 50 divided by 2. Okay, and the total is 6 mm. Click uh, OK. So this is the first part. So create part design, part 2. So now we are going to create this. So select this sketch. Now go here, select this icon and select this center parallelogram. Why it's not working? Uh, let's use this instead of that one. So here you can see it's diagonal length. We are given diagonal length, not the side length. So what we can do is double click on it. So it is 50 mm. Okay, select this sketch and after that select this line. Go to the view toolbars, sketch tools, and make it construction. Click OK. After that draw a circle of outer diameter of 30 mm. Select this circle and view toolbars, sketch tools, and make it normal and make it 30 mm. 50. Okay, let's, yeah, it's 30 mm. Exit, pad, and its thickness is 10 mm. After that we are left with the last part. This is this pipe. So go to the file, mechanical part design, part 3. Select this, click on sketch and draw a circle. Double click on it and its diameter is 30. Go here, pad, it will extrude up to 40 mm, but it also has some thickness, and thickness is uh, 30 minus 26, that is 4 and 2. So we have made it the last part. So go to the file, mechanical assembly design. Okay, so right click on it, click on product 1, right click on product 1, click on copy, go to the product 2, right click on it and click on paste. So we got the part 1. Similarly, go to the part 2, right click on part 2, click on copy, and go to the part here, right click and click on paste. And similarly, last part, right click, copy, product 2, right click, paste. Now the thing is left is assemble them. So let's see how we can approach it. Let's make it big. Uh, uh, so here you can see that this central part is basically at an angle of 45 degrees. So we need to define angle for that. So first let's select this part and move it. Uh, so how can we move? Insert. We need to look for a tool called manipulation. Okay. View. Look for a tool called manipulation. Assembly measure, move, insert, view, toolbars, and move. It's add there, but wait. Here it is. Here you can see manipulation. So select this part and let's move it along x-axis. Select this part and move it along x-axis and close it. So first we have to define an angle of 45 degree. So how can we do that? So to do it, select this, and by pressing Ctrl select this, go to the insert, click on angle, click close, enter the value of 45 degree, click on update. Okay, now we need to define something. So you can see the thickness, the distance from here to here surface is 2 mm. So what we can do, select this face, and by pressing Ctrl select this, okay, zoom in, select this face by pressing Ctrl select this, and go to the insert, click on offset, click close, enter the value of 2, click update. Similarly, select this and by pressing Ctrl select this, go to insert coincidence. And after that, what we can do, uh, 10 mm. So let's define that by pressing Ctrl select this, insert, offset, type the value of minus 10 mm, click OK, click update. So here you can see we have made the part and assembly all together. So I hope you learned something from this video. If you have any kind of doubts and queries, feel free to ask in comments. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Namaste.